Hey, Shodomites! Super Jesus Warrior Creationist Cat here with the super duper biblical breakdown for the book of Genesis. In the beginning, God created heavens and the earth. Now, it should be noted that some people like to bring up what happened before that. That kind of doesn't make any sense, because when was God created? What created God? Was he just like chilling out in a vast field of nothingness? What does nothing really look like? Because nothing actually is something, and the answer to all those questions is, Don't ask those questions. It's annoying. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. That's pretty self-explanatory. The earth was just kind of a gelatinous blob at this point, and God was just flying over this thing like, whoa, I'm tripping balls, dude. This is awesome. Now, why didn't I make something like this before? Because this is so much better than when I was just hanging out with no tactile things around me or any sensory stimulation whatsoever. And God said, let there be light. Okay, now they're actually omitting one thing that happened before that, the part where God bumped his head on Jupiter and was like, oh shit, I better invent a method of actually seeing things, because this is just inconvenient. So he said, let there be light, and there was light, which was good because it kept him from bumping into things, and he separated the light from the darkness because he likes to stay organized, and he called the light day and the darkness night, which was actually a second choice for those names, but he decided, you know what, I'll just use the words aardvark and Zamboni for different things later. And God said, let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water. Because, there was just a lot of freaking water at this point, and he was like, fuck, what was I thinking creating all this water? It's all wet, it's getting all over the place. Man, I need a vault or something to just separate it all. Yeah, vault. That's a thing now, too. And he called the vault the sky, which took some deliberation because he could have just called it vault, but he realized, okay, I'm probably going to make these things called humans at some point in the near future, and they'll have a thing called vaults, and I don't want to confuse them, so I'm just going to call it sky. Seems as good a word as any other, and it kind of has a nice ring to it. So there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. And he thought briefly somewhere around this time, should I rest? And he was like, no, I got a lot of work to do. I didn't think this fucking vault was gonna take so long to create. And you know what? I'll just put that off till later. Because, man, I got so many fucking things to create. I am all powerful. Why is this even taking so fucking long? I should just be able to close my eyes and just make all this in a flash. But, I really have no adequate answer for that one. But, can't rest now. Too many things to do. And I haven't even invented rest yet, so that idea's out the freaking window entirely. Note to self, create windows at some point. And God said, let the water under the sky be gathered through one place. Because, man, it was just spilling everywhere. He was getting all wet. The vault was not doing a very good job of keeping it all contained. And let dry ground appear. And God called the dry ground land. Why didn't he just go ahead and call it dry ground? I don't really know. I guess land was a little more concise. And the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Because he thought, one day those seas are going to come in pretty handy when I flood this whole fucking thing and start over. I'm going to need that. It's a good thing to have. So yeah, it's pretty good. And so God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seeds in it. And he was like, whoa, this banana thing is pretty cool. Fits right in the palm of my hand. But then he tasted it and he was like, oh, holy crap, that's actually pretty disgusting. I could probably make it edible right now if I wanted to, but you know what? I'll wait for those things called man that I'm going to invent later to modify them over hundreds of years, so then eventually I can enjoy eating this fucking thing. And on the third day, God said, let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from night. And he was like, what the fuck? Didn't I just do this like 2 days ago? I could have sworn that was like the first thing I did. Fuck me, I'm getting old or something. And let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth. And he thought, no, seriously, I did this before, I swear, because, I've been able to see things for at least 2 days now. And he also made the stars, and he thought, but wait, what the fuck was that heavens thing I made before? Didn't that have any stars in it? I mean, if it didn't have stars, then what was it? Man, am I crazy? Am I going fucking crazy? Do I have Alzheimer's? Note to self, create Alzheimer's. So, fourth day ended, and it really wasn't all that productive. I mean, read this fucking thing. He did all of these things earlier, and, he said they were good. I mean, I don't know if he was compensating for the fact that he had already done these things, and he was just trying to cheer himself up, or, maybe they were good. Maybe, because of the fact that he was pretty experienced at this point, they had a moderate level of craftsmanship or something, for fuck's sake.
And God said, let the water teem with living creatures and birds flying above the earth across the vault of the sky.
And he was like, okay, yes, I know I haven't done this before. Okay, we're on the right track. So he made a bunch of fucking fish and a bunch of fucking birds, all according to its kind. And the way that he did that was he was like, okay, these are kind of cool. These are kind of cute. These are kind of ugly, and so on and so on and so forth. And he told them to be fruitful and increase in number, and birds and fish just must have been kind of smarter back then, because I don't know any birds or fish these days that just fuck on command like that. And there was evening, and he was like, I made birds and fish today. That's pretty good. Way better than yesterday. Man, I'd be really ahead of the game right now if I didn't do that same shit yesterday. God, I really gotta stop beating myself up over that. It's hard, I'm God. I really should be held to a higher standard, but fuck it. Can't dwell on negativity like that. I'm not gonna rest. I'm just gonna go for broke here and get every fucking thing else done tomorrow.
And God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals.
And God was like, there's a lot of these wild animals and livestock and fucking creatures that move along the ground now. Do I need a vault to separate them? Be a lot of vaults. That one vault took me a long fucking time to make. I mean, that was like all day. Okay, fuck that. I'll just separate them according to kinds again. This one I kind of like, and this one is kind of weird. Look at that. And this one is kind of adorable. Yeah, that's kind of my favorite right there. And so on and so forth. And God saw that it was good, and he was like, everything I make really is good, isn't it? Should I be getting a second eye on this? Am I just letting it slide because I don't want to put into work? I mean, I have given these things the capability of getting horrible diseases like cancer, and also these things have to fucking struggle for food because it's not completely in abundance, and I've made it so these things have to ruthlessly hunt each other and literally eat each other alive, and they even have to turn against one another in vicious battles to the death. What the fuck? That just seems barbaric and unnecessarily cruel considering I could make them however I want, but no. Shut the fuck up. I'm getting self-conscious here, getting in my head. This stuff is great, okay? Look, I just got a little more to go. And so he said,
let us make mankind in our image and rule all over the creatures.
And he was like, okay, now this right here is really good. I mean, seriously, these guys are capable of comprehending sophisticated concepts, and those boob things I made, pretty psyched about how those turned out. And, I know, I'm gonna make it so that until they develop their medical techniques, a great deal of women die in childbirth, and all sorts of horrible disease afflict children, making them lucky to survive past the age of 10. And, I'm not gonna inform them about things like germ theory so they can combat these things easily on their own. I'll just let them figure it out themselves. And, I'm gonna instill in them the desire to rob, cheat, and steal, and wage war and rape each other, too. Wow, I am so excited about that. Really, I outdid myself here.
And God saw all that he had made, and that it was very good.
I mean, maybe there's a couple of improvements I could have made here or there, but hey, I don't see any other omnipotent deities stepping up to create anything better, am I right, people? Yeah, thank you. I'll be here for all eternity, folks.
By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested and made it holy, because he rested from all the work of creating he had done.
And as he rested, he closed his eyes and contemplated all that he had created and thought, man, that cat thing I made, that's pretty good. That's pretty cute. I'm gonna have to wait several thousand years for man to create this internet thing and zap one through it and make him my feline emissary to man. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome! And I'll give him a Patreon account, and I'll have him mention it at the end of all his videos. And oh, he'll have t-shirts of his own, and also this scary one that people can buy for a limited time. And oh, this new one with Einstein on it, and he'll let them know that all of the links to all that crap is down in the Christ box. Oh, and he'll also tell them about a video he recently did with the Bible Reloaded, which is on their channel, which they should totally subscribe to if they're crazy and don't know about them and haven't subscribed already. And that's really awesome. Oh, and he'll tell everyone on the internet to rate, comment, and subscribe, or one day they'll totally burn in hell. Oh, note to self, create hell. Later, Shodomites!